Hi, welcome to House News. BKSAP welcomed the ambassador of Cuba to Indonesia to explore opportunities for strengthening Indonesia-Cuba relations, particularly through interparliamentary collaboration. Chair of BKSAP stated South Africa has shown consistency in resolving human rights issues through international legal platforms and multilateral forums. BKSAP highlighted a strategic opportunity to reinforce Indonesia-Kuwait relations, which have grown since 1968, built on solidarity and shared strategic interests. Commission 11 received a visit from the parliamentary delegation of the Republic of Korea to enhance bilateral cooperation in financial technology, digital currencies, and digital assets. A local animation studio from Malang, East Java has entered the international market and partnered with the Japanese animation studios. During a meeting with the ambassador of Cuba to Indonesia, BKSAP reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening bilateral relations, particularly in interparliamentary cooperation. The meeting also included discussions on the current geopolitical situation.
Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Syahrul Aidi Ma'azat, stated Indonesia and Cuba share common views in promoting human rights and protecting national sovereignty. He emphasized the importance of respecting international law amid global geopolitical dynamics which could potentially threaten world stability. Syahrul also appreciated Cuba's consistent support for Palestinian independence in various international forums. Efforts to weaken a country's sovereignty through political or economic pressure contradicts the principles of international law.
Kerjasama yang dilakukan antara Indonesia dengan Kuba hanya saja belum bergerak pada bentuk implementasi, bentuk aksi gitu. Maka tadi kami menawarkan agar sampaikan kepada kami poin-poin apa yang sudah dilakukan kerjasama dan apa bentuk dorongan. Kebetulan di BKSAP ini ada 48 anggota DPR RI dan terdiri dari beberapa komisi, hampir semua komisi ada, dan kita coba agar teman-teman yang berada pada komisi terkait untuk membicarakan dengan mitranya. Begitu.
Moreover, BKSAP reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening the role of parliamentary diplomacy in promoting more concrete and sustainable Indonesia-Cuba bilateral cooperation based on mutual respect for sovereignty and international law. Bari Ramadana, TVR Parlemen, report.
In a meeting with the Deputy Ambassador of South Africa to Indonesia, BKSAP highlighted South Africa as an important reference for Indonesia in its role as President of the United Nations Human Rights Council, particularly in promoting humanitarian values and global justice.
Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Syahrul Aidi Ma'azat, explained the role of states must continue to be optimized in advocating for humanitarian issues and human rights on the international stage. He added firm and courageous stance taken by South Africa can be a learning reference for Indonesia, especially in dealing with global tensions and the weakening role of international institutions.
PBB. Ya, kalau sudah tidak ada PBB, kalau tidak ada polisi, yang terjadi akan terjadi kekacauan begitu. Nah, ini momentumnya Indonesia sebagai presiden HAM dan DK nantinya Dewan Keamanan PBB juga mudah-mudahan bisa menjadi moral leader gitu ya, membawa nilai moral di tengah-tengah bangsa yang sekarang luar biasa perseteruannya. Ya harus ada negara yang bahu-membahu untuk membawa moral di dunia ini. Nah, mudah-mudahan Indonesia menjadi di antaranya begitu, mengajak negara seperti Afrika Selatan.
Indonesia holds a strategic position in various international forums and will remain consistent in advocating for justice and upholding human rights values in maintaining global peace and stability. Esa and Rangga, TVR Parlemen, report.
BKSAP encouraged closer cooperation between Indonesia and Kuwait to build a mutually beneficial strategic partnership. They also highlighted the importance of collaboration in key sectors, including oil and gas, investment, and education.
Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Syahrul Aidi Ma'azat, said Kuwait has already made multiple investments in Indonesia, including in oil and gas companies and toll road infrastructure projects. Besides economic cooperations, Kuwait has also contributed to Indonesia through humanitarian initiatives such as in religious social programs, mosque constructions, and educational scholarships.
Kami membicarakan tentang kerjasama Indonesia-Kuwait yang dimulai lebih kurang tahun 1960. Kerjasama dalam banyak hal tentunya, diantaranya tentu perdagangan, khususnya minyak dan gas. Dan baru-baru ini sudah ada kerjasama untuk perusahaan dari Kuwait ini ikut eksplorasi di minyak dan gas, dan mereka terbuka untuk agar kita bisa memberikan peluang-peluang apa yang bisa mereka kerjakan di Indonesia.
Additionally, Syahrul emphasized investment cooperation should be expanded because Kuwait is one of the Middle Eastern countries with substantial fiscal capacity. The government and the House of Representatives are committed to strengthening bilateral relations with Kuwait, including through broader economic cooperation and by maximizing the promotion of Indonesia's natural resource potential. Julian, tvrparlemen report.
When we return, we have updates on digital currency, so stay tuned to House News. Commission 11 emphasized Indonesia must actively engage in international dialogue on digital finance to update with global developments. Several countries are integrating digital assets into their financial systems. South Korea even prepares to allow digital currency as a payment instrument within its state budget.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 11 of the House, Muhammad Hekal, stated a meeting with the parliamentary delegation of the Republic of South Korea focused on enhancing bilateral cooperation, particularly in financial technology, digital currency, and digital assets, which are considered to have the potential to strengthen trade relations and cross-border payment systems. South Korea's policy, set to take effect mid-year, has attracted attention as it incorporates digital assets into the state budget. In addition, Indonesia has also received an invitation to join discussion with countries such as Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, the Philippines, and Thailand to gain better understanding on the implementation of digital currency.
Mereka menyampaikan akan membuat undang-undang yang menggunakan digital currency dan aset digital sebagai salah satu alat pembayaran daripada APBN-nya mereka. Dan ini rencana akan mereka laksanakan pada bulan Juni atau Juli nanti. Dan ini mereka juga mengundang kita untuk bergabung dalam kesepakatan beberapa parlemen yang sudah ingin melanjutkan diskusi meningkatkan penggunaan stablecoin dan aset digital ke depannya sebagai alat pembayaran. Menjadi juga alat tukar buat kita bertransaksi, ekspor dan impor dengan negara mereka.
Furthermore, Hekal highlighted discussions regarding plans to use digital currency and digital assets in fiscal policy and cross-border payment systems are an important part of strengthening legislative and oversight functions in the financial sector. He emphasized digital currency policy in Indonesia should be supported by firm regulations, adequate consumer safeguards, and well-prepared national financial institutions to enable a safe and sustainable transformation of the payment system. Tegar Aziz, tvrparlemen reports.
Lawmakers warned the government to strengthen oversight over the 2026 state budget as the 2025 deficit of 2.9% of GDP reaches the legal threshold of 3%.
Member of Commission 11 of the House, Haris Turino, stated the 2025 budget deficit is at risk mainly because the tax revenue reached only 1.9 trillion of the targeted 2.1 trillion rupiah. Meanwhile, spending by ministries and government institutions remained unchanged. Hence, budget balancing was achieved by reducing transfers to regional governments by approximately 60 trillion. This approach allowed the government to control overall spending without making significant cuts to central agency expenditures. Therefore, considering the 2025 state budget, the government needs to set realistic tax targets and manage spending in ministries and agencies to maintain fiscal stability.
Ya, maka jalan satu-satunya adalah penghematan, efisiensi. Tanpa efisiensi jebol ini. Apalagi kita tahu di proyek-proyek strategis nasional kan angkanya susah untuk diutik-utik. Ya, semua anggarannya sudah tertata dan akan dijalankan. Maka ini harus menjadi catatan bagi Menteri Keuangan yang punya tugas untuk mengelola APBN. Jangan sampai 2026 ini APBN-nya jebol.
Furthermore, Haristurino asked the government to manage the 2026 state budget carefully by effective and efficient budget planning, as well as formulated policy measures to prevent a widening fiscal deficit and ensure the stability of the national economy. Tegar Aziz, tvrparlemen, report.
The House urged immediate revisions of the Maritime Security Law to provide legal certainty for Maritime Security Agency as Indonesia's Coast Guard. A comprehensive legal status is needed to ensure the agency can carry out maritime security duties throughout Indonesia's waters.
Member of Commission 1 of the House Syamsu Rizal pointed out assigning Indonesia's Maritime Security Agency or Bakamla as the National Coast Guard is essential to ensure clear division of responsibilities and prevent overlaps with other maritime enforcement agencies. Although Bakamla has not been officially recognized as Indonesian Coast Guard, Syamsu Rizal encouraged Bakamla to continue carrying out its responsibilities. By maintaining active maritime enforcement and oversight, Bakamla can anticipate and respond to potential threats, ensuring the protection of the Indonesia maritime sovereignty and the safety of its waters.
Karena negara-negara lain begitu melewati garis kedaulatan Indonesia, mereka tidak mau lagi tahu siapa TNI, Bakamla, atau organisasi yang lainnya, kementerian lembaga yang lain, karena yang mereka tahu itu adalah Coast Guard. Dan ini secara strategis membatasi kewenangan dan kemampuan kita untuk bertindak atau untuk melakukan langkah-langkah diplomasi, termasuk untuk menjaga kedaulatan negara Republik Indonesia. Undang-undang keamanan laut itu tidak boleh hanya sekadar tanda kutip komitmen kita untuk masuk di Omnibus Law, ya. Tetapi kita mesti memahami dan membahas secara komprehensif sehingga ini tidak hanya secara parsial, hanya sekadar membuat aturannya, tetapi juga sudah dipahami bagaimana filosofinya itu sehingga teman-teman terutama dari Bakamla ini memiliki kepastian hukum.
Meanwhile, the head of Bakamla hoped Bakamla will immediately receive formal designation as Indonesia's Maritime Security and Law Enforcement Authority with clearly defined authority to enforce the regulation at sea. Bondan and Fintoko, tvrparlemen, report.
We have information on culture and history. After the break, only on House News. An animation studio from Indonesia is gaining recognition in the Japanese anime industry. The team works directly on anime productions while also developing original projects that highlight Indonesian culture and stories.
A Malang-based animation studio, Jiva Animation, is gaining recognition for its contributions to the Japanese anime industry. Although only established about 2 years ago, Jiva Animation has already been trusted to participate in the productions of dozens of anime titles. In a short period, Jiva Animation has contributed to the production of the 24 Japanese anime titles. The studio has also participated in the production of Sazae-san, the iconic anime that has been on air since 1969 with more than 8,000 episodes. Jiva's team has contributed as assistant producers in between animators and colorists. Founded by Aswin Nur Cahya, an Indonesian anime compositor who has worked in Japan for 6 years, the studio is known as the creator of The Unforgettable Journey of Lala, an animated short film released in July 2024. Apart from Jiva Animation, Indonesia is home to animation studios with global recognition. These include MSV Pictures, which has worked on Hollywood animated films, Lanting Animation from Yogyakarta, active in foreign animation projects, and little giants frequently trusted with global advertisement and animation content. These studios have shown that Indonesia's animation industry continues to grow and earn worldwide acknowledgement with local talent able to compete at an international level.
Indonesia's delegation secured third place at the 2026 Harbin International Snow Sculpture Competition in Harbin, China. This annual international competition brought together participants from 13 countries.
Talented artists from the Island of the Gods have successfully brought pride to Indonesia at the World Snow Sculpture Competition held in Harbin, China. In this prestigious contest, attended by dozens of countries, the Indonesian team won third place. A remarkable achievement considering Bali is a tropical region with no snow. In the competition, the Indonesian team presented a snow sculpture inspired by Dewi Danvantari, a symbol of healing, fertility, and universal balance. The work reflects the spiritual and cultural values of Bali. Despite being created under extreme conditions with temperatures ranging from -14 to -26 degrees Celsius and a snowstorm that temporarily halted the competition. The snow sculpture incorporated elements of Balinese culture and philosophy, giving it a distinctive touch. Compared to other participant works, its artistic value, intricate carvings, and strong cultural message were among the main attractions. Before leaving for Harbin, Indonesia team trained together for 1 month. In addition to using cork, they also trained inside a refrigerator to learn how to deal with cold temperatures. The Harbin International Snow Sculpture Competition is a prestigious annual winter art event held in Harbin, China. It is widely recognized as one of the world's most prominent snow sculpture festivals. In 2026, the competition brought together 25 teams from 13 countries, including Russia, Mongolia, and the host country, China.
A team of archaeologists has identified the world's oldest known rock art inside cave on Muna Island, southeastern Sulawesi. Research concludes the handprints were produced by spraying pigment overhands positioned on the cave walls.
In the limestone cave on Muna Island, South Sulawesi, researchers discovered prehistoric hand stencils estimated to be at least 60,000 years old. The discovery was published in the scientific journal Nature in January 2026. The hand stencils from Muna also surpassed the age of rock art in Spain, long considered the oldest. With a difference of tens of thousands of years, Indonesia is now recognized as one of the earliest hubs of symbolic artistic development in human history. This hand stencils is also special because it belongs to a style only found in Sulawesi. The tips of the fingers were carefully reshaped to make them look pointed as if they were animals' claws. The research was carried out through an international collaboration between Indonesia's National Agency for Research and Innovation and several universities in Australia. The technology used allows for more precise age determinations by analyzing the calcite layers covering the cave paintings. The analysis indicates a maximum age of approximately 70,000 years, making it the most reliable rock art dating to date. In recent years, Sulawesi has emerged as important sites for understanding early human creativity and migration. In many cases, cave paintings were discovered decades ago, but researchers lack reliable methods to determine their age. Beyond setting a new age record, the discovery strengthens theories about Homo sapiens migration routes from Asia to Australia, indicating that during Ice Age, islands such as Sulawesi form a vital corridor toward Papua New Guinea and a lost continent known as Sahul, which today encompasses Australia, Papua New Guinea, and parts of Indonesia.
Thanks for watching. Bye!